the bumps and the potholes of life. We are miraculous, unexpectedly great. We are shocked to know the electromagnetic reality that takes place within us, where miracles happen every second, because life on earth in the flesh is a miracle. Miraculous because we were made through a pure thought that touched a high frequency that manifests as a vibration of love. Now you see us, but someday you won't. Alive when you see us, alive when you don't. What the mind fails to calculate, the soul won't. We hold the key to our miraculous life. Use it and open the door to all the miracles. Nothing can stop us when we walk on through. No pain from the past, because we live in the now. Racism is a race that we already won. Clouds do rain in the sky, but they can't stop the sun from uplifting life to its true purpose. Miraculous, we feel our purpose. Unseen to the seen, to return to the unseen. Being life. Life justified by principles to live, give, and get whatever we think, speak, and act into existence. When we know we are a miracle, don't ever stop living miraculous. I am miraculous. Never gonna give up on love. Love's miraculous way. Never gonna give up on love. Love is here to stay. Never gonna give up on love. Love's miraculous way. Yeah. Never gonna give up on love. Love is here to stay. Yeah. Never gonna give up on love. Love's miraculous way. Never gonna give up on love. Love is here to stay. Yeah. Love is here to stay. Love is here to stay. Never gonna give up on love. Love's miraculous way. Never gonna give up on love. Love is here to stay. Never gonna give up on love. Love's miraculous way. Never gonna give up on love. Love is here to stay.
Love so miraculous that our human minds can't even fathom it. A love so infinite that we can't even imagine it, we can't even grasp it. It's the essence of all true magic, true gold, not cheap plastic. It's the love that sets us free.
Welcome back, welcome back. My name is Brother James Graham. I'm from the Academy of Divine Poetry and Urban Expression. This is Brother Malik Agnetta. He's from the Academy of Divine Poetry and Urban Expression. And what we do is bring a message for the people, to inspire them, to keep them motivated during these times and changes. And we also mentor poets We mentor artists of all kinds, speakers, so that they can know and feel their way through what's going on in this universe at the time. You know what I mean? So we welcome you back. I know it's been a while. We've been through some things during this period of time. We've all been through. So just be faithful and understand that it's going to continue to happen. You just got to be faithful, affirming every day who you are to get through this. Meditate, pray, because you are a winner and you are victorious today. Today we're going to talk about some of those things specifically. And Brother Malik is going to get into it, just how you can energize yourself and relate to the energy that's going on around you, so you can know where you are and how do you transform at this time. Because COVID-19, all of the deception, all of the reality changes has made us different in our mind, because we're continuously unsure of where we're going and what we have to do, because the system is continually changing it on us. Brother Malik, how you doing today, brother?
Man, feeling good, feeling really inspired. Happy to be out here doing this interview, doing my perform my electromagnetic service, divine service that I'm supposed to do. That feels great.
Yeah, you gave a very inspiring, poetic ministry at the Willingboro Open Mic 2 Fridays ago. It was a powerful event.
Sure.
We were blessed by Brother Todd Evans to invite us to be a part of that.
Absolutely.
It was a great event. Keep on going on, brothers. Some great poets there. I can't even name them all. That I was the host of the event. The list was so long.
Right. So many great people there.
It was going on.
That's for sure. Yeah, a lot of great people there.
Yes, sir. Tell us what's been going on with you and what's happening.
Jeez. Honestly, family, there's so much that's been happening, and the way things are nowadays, things are happening more rapidly and more intensely. So, I mean, in the 3 days, you could have a major event. You know, I mean, things are very rapid. Been pretty good, but there's definitely been some. I like to choose my words wisely, so sometimes I will hesitate because I like to choose my words wisely, and I want to say exactly what I want to say, and I want to be clear. So I'm going to go directly in on this beast, man. I'm definitely going to go in on this science and definitely go in on that from the door, because really that's what's going on. That's what's going on. The covert war continues. For those of y'all that don't know what the word covert means, it means under the cover, secretive, not seen. You see some of the effects of this war openly, but a lot of it is still covert or hidden. Those of us who, let me just say this, there's some of us who have been experiencing this on a more intense level than others. And you know, I'm wanting to get out there and really speak on this for us, because when you begin to actually experience these certain things, you will feel a little crazy. You will feel out of tune or out of sorts or out of connection with some of the people around you. This is a natural phase of waking up, because if you have awakened and the people around you are still asleep, they're like, yo, man, they're going to be looking at you like, you know, and that can be very frustrating. So I want to get into that. I want to get into, I don't know, should we go in about this thing?
Well,
about what we experienced yet or not? Wait.
I think that'll be the next video, but
okay, cool.
I want to. Okay. You talked about what people are experiencing, and I want to tell people today that you have to make your own definition of your reality today. You can't let anybody define your reality, because if you let someone define your reality, they were going to lead you continuously the way they want you to go, and you become powerless.
Right.
So me and Brother Malik and some of the other brothers, I defined insanity for myself, and I defined power for myself.
Right.
So insanity for me was, I defined it as the continual acceptance of thinking that we are not connected to all things.
Damn.
So when you realize that you are connected to all things, you have the power within you to do and to call on that reality that you seek. So when you know what you're seeking, and you're seeking it in the order that you know it should come. So Brother Malik was talking about there's people who have experiencing different things, because you're experiencing it because your connection is bringing a frequency through, is talking through a frequency that you're connected. Now, a lot of people who are going against their connection for different reasons. So now you spoke about those who are getting these messages and who are connected. Go deeper into that reality, the spiritual realms that they are experiencing.
Okay.
That
All right.
those who are getting that.
All right. So, let's give an example. Like me and the brother was talking about, there's some of y'all out there, right, who have just recently experienced something such as an out-of-body experience, for example. Just giving you an example. Like I told Brother James, I've been having out-of-body experiences since I was about 4 or 5 years old, and I can recall it. So what that does is that puts me in a position to help people who are just now starting to experience that. You know what I mean? You got somebody that can say, look, man, when you start describing, I say, and finish the rest of the phrase for you. Say, oh, wait a minute, you really do know. I'm like, yeah, brother, I know. I'm here for you. I'm here for people like you, because your spirit has awakened, and these experiences such as that, just as an example, because there's many. I'm going to get, I'll probably speak about different ones, but let's just take an out-of-body experience as an example, right? When that begins to happen to you, right, what that is your higher self sending you an experience to wake you up to the understanding that what you are and what is beyond this physical body. Because anybody out there who has had an out-of-body experience, and you've had that experience where you came out and you literally was sitting there looking at your body sleep, and you experienced that for yourself, right? And you really experienced that, and you didn't read it, just read in the book and the intellectual life, you really experienced it, then you just got a wake-up call to let you know and say, hey brother, hey sister, your physical reality is not the only reality, and it's not the only reality you should be concerned with. Not saying you shouldn't take care of your physical vessel in your car. Absolutely, it's part of your equipment to operate here in the third dimension. Without a physical vessel, a physical car, a physical vessel, you cannot participate in the third dimensional reality, or the flesh, as the religious terminology. You cannot participate in the flesh without flesh. Why? Because there has to be an energetic match. What does that mean, Brother Malik? The reason why I can touch this table, right, is because the vibration of this table is in agreement or a match with the vibration of my flesh. If I was to speed the molecules of my hand up, right, fast enough, I would be able to put my hand right through this table and ignore it as if it didn't exist, because the higher frequencies are faster and less dense. That's an important thing you need to understand. Less dense. See, when you talk about spirit, which levels of spirit, what you're actually talking about is less dense realities, less dense manifestation. The higher in spirit you go, the less dense it is. It's more super refined. It's more like gas. To give you an example, gas. The physical realm is equivalent to your ice or your solids, right? Your spirit realm is basically your gas. Gas is everywhere. It's not confined to one body or one shape. Gas is all over. So, when you know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to, getting back to the point, because I don't want to lose point. It's experiences like that is the universe or the omni creator sending you something to wake you up and let you know, look, you're not just flesh. And it's time for you to mature and grow and begin to tune into these other aspects of yourself that you don't know about.
And we call it getting in order. The flesh is it has an order. So the flesh knows that the spirit is first. It's just that when your mind is conditioned to think that the flesh is first, then you become a miss. And a miss is the reality, we say, out of order. We've been conditioned to put the flesh first.
Yep.
So that's how they control the masses, because the mind has been conditioned to put the flesh first. So we're out of order in the masses. But those who have been getting called on through a frequency and having these spiritual out-of-body realities, deja vus, because a lot of people are starting to have deja vus and they're going to be seeing things that's coming. Don't be afraid of that. That's your connection calling you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? A lot of people say, wait a minute, I had deja vus when I was younger. Now they're starting to come back because that frequency is now calling you to come back to your first reality.
Right, there you go.
And put things in order. Your spiritual order must be first, and everything else works itself out, because it says, seek and ye shall find. Once the frequency calls you, start seeking what's calling you to that reality. Sincerely. Continue, Brother Malik.
You have people that have prophetic dreams, starting to dream. You have a lot of more people who are starting to dream the future, or dream, not just dream the future, but be able to see past, present, future, or things that are going elsewhere in the present that they can't really, that they wouldn't see with their eyes. There are many people begin to open up and see that. The what they call the veil. That's the terminology you'll hear in a buzzword you'll hear. That there's a veil, so to speak, between the physical realm and the spiritual realm.
Yeah.
And that in this day and time, that veil is getting thinner and thinner, and people are having what are called hyperdimensional or multidimensional experiences. In other words, what's happening is you're in the physical realm, you're awake and you're in the physical realm, but then something happens where the spiritual realm interfaces with the physical realm at the same time, and you mess around and see something. You might see a spirit, you might see an angel, you might see a vision that opens up in front of you. You don't like however it comes to you, but that may happen because the veil is getting thinner, and more human beings are being called by the frequency, and they're receiving information and experiences by the frequency that's calling them to say, listen, this is the time.
And it is the time, and we know that the reality calls for the spirit to speed up.
Absolutely. Oh my
The
goodness.
reality has caused the spirit to speed up in talking to you and calling you.
Indeed.
Because everything must have balance in the universe. What's happening is there's so much unbalance in the masses with the mind. Now the spirit is going to be calling you, so it reaches out to those who are going to get it, so it can balance the universe. Everything must work in balance. So the cosmic reality and the cosmic reset becomes again in balance. It doesn't come because it must have, it's choice. It's like you have a choice to seek, or you have a choice to ignore. Ignorance is about ignoring what is already in you.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
now we are just going to talk a little bit about it, Malik, not go into it because we don't want to scare
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I got it.
so many people off before things manifest so they can fully see it. But the spiritual reality you can manifest, and you know who you are. We're not talking to those who are already under the spell and are so far gone. We're talking to those who are
Coming.
able to hear that frequency.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's the key. Everybody has their own choice. That's how the universe works.
That's right.
So you can't force all of these realities and organizations and religiosities who talk about forcing on people and they're going to do this and they're going to save. That's actually deceit. But
Mental
anybody
locking mechanism. I just had to say that.
There we go. Let's go into that.
I just had to say that.
We're going. That's what I want you to go into, because everyone has to save themselves. But go into that reality, the mental locks of organizations that they try to, and the cognitive dissonance that comes along with it.
Okay. All right. So, this came to me. This is my own this is my own inner terminology and definition from within myself.
Right.
Of
mental locks.
The mental lock. And a long time, I discovered this years and years ago, and I tell people, but now, putting it out there more about how, religions and organizations and stuff like that, they have what I define as the mental locking mechanism. And the way it works is that it's really a form of hypnosis, and what it is, let me give you an example. I grew up Christian. I grew up in the church, right? Now, the reality is, right, what it is, okay, you cannot be considered a Christian unless you hold a certain belief and you profess a certain belief. If you don't profess that belief, then you are not considered that, and people might smile at you, but in their brain they consider you an outsider. And I've noticed this with all religions. I'm saying all of them are the same. Mm-hmm. They have this locking mechanism that says basically this is the only way, and if you deviate from this, oh boy, oh my goodness, you are gonna, God, the fire-breathing dragon is gonna tear you apart. And we accept it, and it's reinforced every Sunday or every Friday, whether you go to Jumu'ah or whatever particular religion you in, your synagogue, and they reinforce the same thing, and they basically tell you that essentially you are there to reinforce a belief system, to be hypnotized and be reinforced into a belief system, a religious belief system, or you might be a Freemason or whatever, the same thing. You know what I'm saying? This is it, you can't get out of it, and if you deviate, you're in serious trouble. That's the mental locking mechanism. It's in all things like that, and it does not allow you to be free to understand the spirit as it comes to you. I think that's important. You know what I'm saying? The spirit will talk to you the way it talks to you. But if you got somebody always trying to interpret your experiences for you without really your consent, you're going to miss out on what the spirit is actually telling you. Because why? You're under certain rules and regulations that cause your mind to be stifled and block out certain information.
Can I add this?
Go ahead, add it.
Because why do you block out certain? Because when you come into an organization or a religion or financial opportunities, educational opportunities, entertainment opportunities, there's a thing called arrogance. There's a thing called ignorance. There's a thing called doubt, and there's a thing called fear within you. So all those things have to take a place within you based on the emotional realities that you are. Now, if you have an emotional reality that was within you, is that not that's not actually accepting their terms of those religions and those organizations, then you have to flip around those realities to try to fit in, and those realities aren't really ready to accept. So you are losing yourself. Go ahead, brother. I just want to build on that.
I want to say that it is what it is. While I do not believe that any of these holy books that we have are the unadulterated Word of God, I know for sure that the Word of God is in there. Now, when I say the Word, right, I'm saying the vibration, because all the Word is the vibration or combination thereof. Let's get right to it. Let's get right to it. That's all words are sound vibrations. We string them together and associate them with different people, places, and ideas. But essentially, they are sound vibrations. And you have to understand that. So the sound vibration of the Most High is in the Bible, it's in the Quran, but you got to be able to read through the mistranslations. You got to get through the political and religious agendas of the people that are in charge of these religions. That's highly important, because unfortunately, whether y'all know it or not, man, all of these religions have been used to further people's agenda, not the agenda of God. I'll give you Islam for a perfect example. You will not tell me that God tells you to go in a place and blow yourself up. I'm sorry, that's not Islam. That's somebody's political ideology, okay? That is not something that the Most High would tell you to do, okay? So it does get mixed. It does get diluted. I know y'all don't want to hear that, but it does get mixed and diluted and tampered with, and the original message is distorted. And then that distortedness becomes a religion.
So what are we saying? Is it okay to be a Christian? Yes.
Absolutely.
As long as you are
absolutely
moving to define yourself, seeking the Spirit first. Is it okay to be a Hebrew? Exactly, it is. As long as you're moving toward the Spirit, seeking the Spirit first. Is it okay to be a Muslim? Exactly.
Yes, it is.
As long as you're seeking to have the Spirit first and let that Spirit move. Is it okay to be Kemetic? Exactly. As long as you're seeking the Spirit first and let that Spirit move in. Is it okay to be Buddhist? Exactly. As long as you have the Spirit and let seeking to get that Spirit to lead you first, and everything's in order. Because guess what? If the Spirit is first, everything else will take care of itself. So you'll have the reality, and you'll be able to define yourself to know who you are. So don't get it twisted. We're talking about the religiosity, the manipulation of finance, the manipulation of education, or the teachings, and the manipulation of the entertainment that comes along with these organizations and these realities that we have trusted in. Be clear. Be clear. Only thing that you need to know is you must seek the Spirit first. And all of those things else will take its own reality and put it in place in order. In order for you to start to hear. When you're hearing first frequency, that Spirit is going to tell you, oh, you need to get out of there. You need to do this.
That's what we're talking about.
And this is the time that we must tell you that, because we don't want anyone to mislead you in these serious times. And there's more to come. All right? There's more to come. I'm going to let you... Do you want to give them a poem, or do you want to just give them more info before we get up out of here?
I'm just going to give them a little more info. Okay. I'm going to say this to y'all, right? Because I really, like I said, there's so much to talk about. We couldn't get it on. We don't want to keep you too long.
Yeah, we got more coming.
But here's the thing. I want to say to y'all, in reference to what James said and what we just talked about as far as religion. Like we said, man, listen, I'm a product of the church. Okay? I grew up in church. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what you know what I'm saying? That was my foundation. So I'm not here to dog or try to thrash. I'm here actually to help some of my brothers and sisters, because I was you. You may not understand where I'm at, but I understand where you at, because I did you. I was you. The next thing now, in segue into that, is the importance, the difference between religion and spirituality. The true definition of spirituality, or should I say of what you call spirituality. People say, oh, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual, right? And that's wonderful. But the true definition of spirituality, or the practice of spirituality, is the remembrance that you are a spirit, and to act like that first. Connected to all that things. Other stories, whether the stories are true and this and that, the Moses part. See, none of that is really important to me. It's not important to me. Okay? None of that is important to me.
No need to debate.
No need to debate about it. I don't care either way. It's fine, because what's important is the spiritual reality behind it. What is the spiritual message? What is the reality of energy that's being conveyed to you through these things, man? And how can you put it into practice? Okay, that's it. Now, when you deal with the rules and regulations of religion, say Islam, take Islam, right? One thing I like about Islam is very disciplined. Okay, you gotta when it's time, you're supposed to pray 5 times a day on time. Before you pray, you gotta go and wash and ghusl. They call it ghusl. You gotta wash up, clean your body up, clean your feet, make sure everything's right, because you gotta be around people making prayer and stuff like that. That's that discipline. But see, that's discipline. What you don't want to do, and like I said, I'm just using this example because this goes for all of it. What you wouldn't want to do, you don't want just do the, you know what I'm saying, and bowing. You want that to be something that's transforming you to remember, look, I bow because I'm remembering Allah. And I'm not just remembering Allah outside of myself. I'm remembering that Allah lives inside of me, and I'm bowing to that. I'm submitting to that higher consciousness that lives within me, so that I can begin so I can continuously act that out. That's the wisdom. See, we in the wisdom phase. We did the knowledge, man. We got information out the wazoo. It's not information time no more.
It's being time.
It's being time, which is wisdom. Act it out. Take a walk and walk through nature and listen. That's spiritual practice, believe it or not. You may think it's simple, but go out and walk. Listen to nature. It will heal you. Now you're practicing spirituality because you are connecting with your natural environment and receiving energy, and you're giving energy. And there's a building. There's a spiraling up. Nature feeds you, you feed nature, and it goes boom, 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 and that energy starts raising. Next thing you know, you feel like $1 million. Because you've been charged by you are interacting, like James said, interacting with the environment. This is important, man. That's what spirituality is about, interacting with nature. The Kemetic word for God is netter. The Kemetic word for God is netter. That's where we get the word nature from. So when you say nature, netter, you're saying God, act like God, be God. Man, come on, man. That's it, man. That's all I got to say. We're going to get back at y'all. We got more, man, because there's so much. We got to get on telling y'all some information about this beast.
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
Because there's a lot going on, and
yeah, it's a lot going on, and we've been experiencing it, researching it, defining it for ourselves. So we're going to come back with another. I know it took such a long time. It's been like, what, 8 months since we had the last interview? I mean, it's a lot going on, but this is the divine time, is being time.
Right.
And we always say being is power.
Right.
Also, we have you can also donate to the Academy of Divine Poetry if you like and want to support us. You just go on Cash App Divine Poetry, $, Divine Poetry, and it's Academy of Divine Poetry. If you like what we're doing, you like what we're saying, you want to support us, just hit that Cash App. It should make sure it'll be in the video. Just know that it is being time, and one of the things that we always say is being is power.
Yeah.
Being is power.
Absolutely, man.
All right, and we're gonna see y'all soon. This is we're gonna call this Banging the Beast series, because this is what it is. Because it's really times that you need to know that you got to bang on the beast.
Well, let's put it this way, right? Like you said, James said, we really talking to people like us, man, because, if you ain't got it yet and you don't really know what time you living in, you might be what we call a tomorrow person. You ain't it's going to take another lifetime or two for you to get it, but that's not where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? We really understanding, and we really want to help those that is on the frequency. You may be new to the frequency. You trying to help. I mean, you looking for help. You looking for people that have experience and knowledge. You know what I'm saying? That's why we exist. I started to realize, man, I'm actually just a divine computer program.
We're only here because we chose to be here, and guess what?
It's so funny.
And the source fulfilled our wish. So here we are.
Yep, here we are.
So have a blessed day, evening, whatever time it is where you are, and remember, being is power.
Peace.